just finished watching television. Tonight there was the a cup final, soccer between Sporting Club Amsterdam and the Sports Club of Torino in Italy. And the club from Amsterdam is called Ajax and won for the first time, or for the third time, the European Cup. So I think it's a waste being now in Heerlen. I should be in Amsterdam. It should be a big, big ball over there. Anyway, I was a little surprised by the telephone call this morning, and a little surprised too by getting your tape that fast. I thought you had already uh, read my letter, and I thought your tape was a reaction or some reaction. I mean, I didn't see that much. How to say? There wasn't much in the tape that wouldn't have been there, even if you had read my letter, I think. And I was a little confused by a telephone call, and I've been doing a lot of thinking this whole afternoon. Uh, for first to say, I feel very, very sorry for you about all the troubles you've gone through. From the other point of view, from the other side, I say uh, you made that decision on your own, and you were quite clear-minded and objective to make such a decision. I think that the church will say too. I think about church that it's an old institution as far as the world church goes. I mean, I believe in God and so on, so too. But as far as human regulations are concerning church, they are very, very old-fashioned, and I think also the church will say that you made a decision and it didn't work out, and uh, these are things uh, you could have seen before. Uh, Only the church, they don't know that you're a clever, sharp girl, and I wonder once in a while, how come that uh, you finished with me that fast, and you didn't see any future in it anymore. I did though, but you didn't, and you just within half a year, you made up your mind, you got married, and that's it. I mean, I could never make such a fast move, and but anyway, it's happened. It's all over. We can talk about it, but you're not making anything better. And it's the girl I was talking to you about in the letter. I know her already before I know you, or let's say, yeah, at the same time I know you. But it just was a kind of friendship, nothing more. And when your letter arrived, which you were telling about your wedding plans, that made me feel, being left alone and in a mood of desperation. I think you may call it that. I threw myself, mentally spoken, to somebody I could talk to, and out of this thing uh, grew some affection, some interest in the other person, some love, and it grew and grew. I mean, it's not as far that I say I'm going to get married or get engaged, but I mean it's in a process, and it's I'm asking myself just the same like you do. Why? Otherwise, you never know what could have happened between us. And at the moment you said it's finished, I still had some. I mean, there wasn't at that moment a girl for whom I had more care and uh, love. Yeah, I may say so, love, Angel, because I really think I loved you. I'm sure about that. But that's finished then, and then two persons change. Uh, I was wondering. I thought, no, Angel is gone, and for me, right now, uh, you must be a different angel, and you, from the other side, you shouldn't forget that I changed too, and I wonder, do you want to see the same Robert back again, or perhaps you meet another one? Uh, and as far as my reaction when you called me and said I'm coming in June, uh, I had to think that over. I'm not I'm not throwing away on something I've been building on. I hope you can understand what I mean. And I think 2 weeks, it's a pretty long time. If, let's say, if you come to Europe 2 weeks, I think you have to visit a lot of friends. Uh, you come and see me. I mean, if you stop over, stay 2, 3 days, but I think 2 weeks in a row right now uh, would give too many problems. Uh, you shouldn't forget, I could have written you the same letter right now, the same letter as you wrote me. You know, you wrote you did write me a letter very clear, stating that you made your decision and so on and so on. I didn't make any decision, but your decision was very unsentimental, very objective. There was no other feeling. You said it's finished, and uh, I'm not able to say anything is going on or anything is finished. But the same situation happens now, that I did make up a little my mind. You made up your mind too, and just as I said before, I'm not throwing everything away. I mean, uh, I don't know your reasons of getting married that soon. I mean, perhaps I wouldn't say about age. Just 1 minute, please. I have to clear a little bit my mind, Angel. It's not a story I'm telling. I'm just sitting on the couch and I'm trying to put my mind into words. And you know, you should never forget that even on the moment you wrote me, you were gone. Yeah, let's say so. That I still loved you, and your picture is still on the wall, and I may say I love you, but no future. There's no future in it as far as I can see right now. I was just, my mind was eased. I knew you were, let's say, I knew you were happy. I figured out. I didn't hear anything, so you were driving away very slowly out of my mind as being a person I do love, not a person that I loved. Remember that. And now, once in a moment, you come up again out of nothing, and it my growing to the other person, and this is it, it puts my mind into two camps, but I still don't see anything uh, worked out between us. I mean, I think I just want to give a small chance, not that big, and I think also that uh, if you come to Europe, I'll be glad to I'm be very, let's say, very glad to see you, and just to renew from what is left from Angel, to see again who you are, to make a new relationship, to see you know to see the unknown, because I think, Angel, you changed a lot and you wrote in your letter that the fact that you didn't write me soon after your marriage, that I might think you're a stupid girl. You wrote that in your letter, and I must say that right now, when the emotional feelings that I feel sorry for you, and that I heard your story on the tape, that I must say, how come this smart chick, yeah, I mean, how come that she she ran away. I mean, I could see a reason from that. Yeah, that say, oh, I don't go for the guy, but that you get that much, uh, that much dissatisfaction, that much uh, not being content out of your marriage. I always thought that you would make a right. I mean, you can make mistakes too, but not in this case, and not that soon. And I know it's always, from my part of view, I'm an outsider. It's very easy to say, and to. I'm not accusing you, no, Angel. I just wonder, what kind of mood had you been in? Have you been in by saying the past is finished, and I'm marrying another gentleman? Do you think this is strange thought I have? And do you think that the way I think about it and the way I think about you coming to Europe, uh, is that do you think it's strange that I put my thinking very objective, very clear, and ask myself why, what does she think? Uh, does she come just so to say hello? A lot of things are coming up within me, and I'm going to try to call you tonight. I don't know till what time the bar is, or I should be in bed about 2 or 3. Then I try to call you, and I'm very afraid that in our short conversation, thinking about the money it's gonna cost, that there might be misunderstandings, and I would be very eager, and I'm looking forward to an answer on a lot of questions. Also in the talk when I see you when you come to Europe. Uh, some practical facts. If whenever you come to Europe for and to see me 1, 2, or 3 days, as I mentioned before, uh, come please do come in during weekdays, because in the weekends my bar keeps me very occupied, and it's the busiest times I have at night and in the bar. And during weekdays I have employees enough, so that's no trouble. I don't have to to play a waiter or barkeeper or cook for a while. I told you I'm sitting on the couch, and once in a while I cut off, and I just think again what comes up in my mind when I think about you, and uh, perhaps you don't get a full story, continuous story. Just a few things that so come up in my mind. Uh, the time you told me that you were through with me. I mean, your letter must have been at least 4 or 5 weeks, or perhaps 2 months after the point that you wrote that you made up your mind. And I remember very clearly that I was coming to Bangkok, and with some reasons I can imagine, uh, you cancelled the whole thing. I mean, you didn't see any future in it. And can you imagine, Angel, that right now, uh, without having seen you, I say the same. I mean, I want to build a future too. And without seeing you, I can't build on a future with you. And it's the same thing that happened in Bangkok. I mean, I hadn't been there. I might have changed your mind. I don't know. That's past. But at that moment, you were in my mind, and I loved you. And when there would have been a chance of seeing each other more, uh, I still think it could have been worked out pretty well. Anyway, that's just a thinking. What about what I said about 2, 3 days? You should come to this place. It's not meant to be unhospitable. Uh, Angel. When I when I'll go to Curacao, Aruba, uh, knowing that you were living in Miami, I would have made a stopover for 2 or 3 days just to renew a relationship or renew to see how you are, who you are. I don't know how much you've changed, and after that I would made up my mind, and that's why I think if you come to stay over here for 14 days, it's uh, it's too long. I mean, as a friend, I love to have you around here. Let's say every day. But I mean, the situation is as far as I know, it's different, and I think 2 days or 3 days uh, for the first time again, it's just enough to make up uh, my mind, your mind. I don't know if I'm perhaps I'm going too far. I don't know how much bad experience. You have had a lot of bad experience, but I don't know how much that has marked you, and it's going to prevent you from running again into a marriage. I don't know. Again, I could have for a moment just to think it over. Uh, it's so hard to believe. If you had been happy, uh, I wouldn't have had that many thoughts about you. And now everything went wrong. I'm just freaking out how nice it could have been between us. Uh, if you wouldn't have met that person, or if you hadn't been in that emergency, because I still think it's some kind of emergency you have handled out. Uh, you're a perfect wife. When you told me on your tape, that you were uh, very nice to him. Yeah, I just saw it before me. I mean, what a waste. I mean, you know, that's I haven't that feeling anymore. But you mean, or let's say I mean, I'm getting confused, Angel. But uh, I was a little jealous because I could see it before me, and it just perhaps I missed something. I'm sure I missed it, but that's gone now, Angel. And if there is any start, there can only be a start from scratch. I love you. I still love you, Angel, but I don't see a future in it. I don't see it right now. And as I told you before, I'm not changing my mind that quickly because I'm not throwing away what I have right now. I have to be very careful too. I think that's perhaps the same reason that you made your decision that fast. You couldn't wait. And let me tell you, if you had waited for a little time, a little more time, and if we have had a better communication, because all the things that went wrong between us, I mean it was no moonshine between us, but I mean that just was because of lack of communications, and that's it, and that's just lousy. That's a lousy reason. Don't you agree? Anyway, I can get your answer right now. And it's quite frustrating too, talking in that stupid microphone. Oh yeah, before forget, I have to give you regards from my father and mother. They, my father is doing always very well, as you know. He's the relaxing person himself in his garden right now, which he enjoys very, very much. He comes home, or let's say for dinner, at night at 6, 7 o'clock. Then he says, I'm very, very tired, and he just looks like a farmer who has thousands of acres, and you remember perhaps the half an acre he has, but then he's just planting all the little flowers and vegetables. But it's amazing how a man like him enjoys his time off. My mother, that's a big trouble. She is, it's all getting too much for her, and uh, you know, I love my mother because she is my mother, let's say so. But in business, we meet each other different, and I don't forget she's my mother, but then she can't catch up with the fastness of the bad mentality of the employees. Holland has his red-collared socialist government right now since a few weeks, and then the country it's going down. The mentality of the employees, they get so much welfare, so much on social security. Every minute there's somebody sick, and then I have about 35 employees, and she used to have very nice people. She paid them, she paid them very well, my mother, and she had peace. And now I'm cutting into wages, and I'm throwing out people, and I'm reorganize things, and she can't keep up with that, and it's bad to see a woman move backwards. It's I feel very bad about it because she's a very nice person, and just I think because the fact that I've always known her as being very sharp and very clever woman, that just for myself I won't accept right now that she's not equal to me anymore, or let's say more to me. She's she's worrying too much and she's going backwards. Yeah, that's my problem. Except from the point, my second problem is you, since your call this afternoon. Not as It's not a big problem. I know what I want, but I just leave the door a little open, to I don't know. I really don't know, Angel. And I'm glad that you wrote me again. As I mentioned in my last letter, I'll always be your friend, and I think we should meet again as friends. It's nice to have friends and to talk to people who try or do understand your problem. I think it's fine. Angel, I did cut off again. I just pulled the whole tape back to listen to what I've said, and I must say it's a pretty confused tape. But to talk to you right now, it's so different. You are for me, I think, another angel, and I hope not so. But I mean, just to put your mind into words, to talk to you in a very sincere way, it's so difficult without having you sitting next to me and without seeing your reactions. You should remember, after listening to this tape, that I just try to explain myself, and that gives me a lot of problems. I also heard that the first part of the tape there was no start, so I wanted to start to say, my dear angel, uh, my dear angel, and then I see the angel I remember, and that's why perhaps the tape is a little confused, because I don't know who the angel is right now. And after all, I think it's it's a crazy world. If I see the whole picture for me, Angel, you remember we never met before, and then we go to Cornell. We didn't meet in Cornell that much. Had a booze in that bar, you remember, on top of the street. There's a lot of other person. I just didn't see you. We had a talk. You went to Bitburg. I lived in Berlin. I called you and said, we made an arrangement already at Cornell and said when the tulips are coming up, come and see me. I'll show you the tulips. Then you come at Christmas, second Christmas day, and we renewed the arrangement of seeing the bulbs in Holland. Then we went to Amsterdam. We had that fantastic first night. Yeah, I remember the first night we didn't go to bed, and it was strange and very positive, I think. And then we went to bed, and we had a little discussion in the car on the way to Bitburg, and I accused you of being in the Air Force, and then you cried a little because I hurted you that much. And for the first time I saw you crying, and that made me pay attention also to your personal feelings. I saw you managing the club, and we got very happy. I like to remember the stories, and we got very happy, and we had a few bad experiences about the Tulip Festival, the decoration stuff and so on. Then we separated again, and I had that lousy thing with Marie going on, just in a confusion. It's just in not being sure of you. It's no excuse, that's sure, Angel. Then you went to Bangkok. We had again correspondence. Then click, your marriage. After a while of hearing nothing, I heard again you divorce, and now we are on the same level again. Isn't that strange, Angel? So the tape is almost finished. I just say I call you tonight or tomorrow. I try tonight first, and then I hope you send this tape back. I hope we get in touch again. I hope. I'm just, I'm just wondering. I have one big question about you. Angel, please do take care of yourself. I don't want to rush or run too fast. I'll just give you a kiss. Bye bye, Angel.
Well, Robert, I'm here on the other side of the tape. I had hoped that I could just, send one side of the tape, but I guess I got too involved in talking. I proceeded to do this side of the tape, and I got about halfway through it, and I decided to play the tape back and see how it was sounding, and it wasn't sounding right at all. It had all kind of funny noises in it. Plus, my father's voice was still on the tape, and my voice was on the tape, and it was just a complete mess. So I had to erase the whole tape, and so now it's the next morning, and I'm starting all over again. So I'll continue from here. I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, and I don't remember completely what I had said on this side of the tape, but I'll start over again and try to include everything I had put into here. All right. What am I doing? I plan on staying here in Florida. I think I mentioned that, and I've got a job, and I'm enjoying it, and the hours are good. I start work at 7:15 in the morning and get off at 2:45 in the afternoon, and so I have plenty of time for myself. And of course, I think I mentioned I'm teaching two classes a week a night, and this is keeping me very busy. And I'm glad about that. Like I said, there's not a lot of money involved in all this, but it is something I enjoy, and I have time to enjoy the sunshine, and that's the important thing. I wanted to tell you that I saw the Ruffues, Marie and Sid Ruffu, just a few weeks ago. You remember them, I'm sure. She's the one that had the 13 children, and I believe you probably remember that you gave her a bottle of wine, and the bottle of wine was the year that they had gotten married. Well, just a few months ago, they celebrated their wedding anniversary, and they decided to open up the bottle of wine, the bottle of wine that you had given them, and they had taken it with them all the way to the United States, and they told me that they finally did, drink your wine, and that it was very delicious and it was very good, and they still have the bottle, and they still have the bottle still has all the dust on it, and just everything. And they were just so excited to tell me this, and they told me that if I did, write to you and to please tell you that they enjoyed the wine so much, and so I'm telling you that they enjoyed the wine a lot, and that it was so nice of you to give them the bottle of wine. You are very generous and hospitable to them. They always did like you. They thought you were really a nice person. So they're doing fine, and of course, when I went to visit them, I only saw them for a brief time. I was passing through Texas where they lived, and I called them, and they came to see me at the airport, so I really didn't have too much time. I only had a couple of hours to talk to them, but I told them, what was happening to me, and they felt so bad. But anyway, they told me to keep my spirits up and keep my hopes up, and things would be all right. And so I'm doing that, of course. Now I'm not going to go into the whole side of this tape, because I want to get it mailed off to you here soon. You said that you were going to Curaçao or someplace down here off the coast of Venezuela this summer, and about the 15th of August, at least that's what you said. Well, please let me know what your itinerary is, and because I would love to have you come and visit here in Florida after you're through with your trip down in Curaçao or Curacao or whatever you call the place. Okay, I'm going to be in Rochester, New York, in the first part of August, and to visit my family, and I think we're going to be having a party for my brother, who is going to pass his law exam he's going to be a lawyer and he's going to have to pass his examination. And so after the party, I'll be in Rochester for a while, and I'm planning on seeing Jane and Chuck McGregor. They're going to be passing through Rochester, New York at that time, and so I plan on visiting with them too. But please let me know what your itinerary is, because I'll be coming down to Florida again in August. I don't know exactly when, but I would, if I would make it sooner if you were going to come through sooner. You know, whatever. Just let me know. I'd love to see you again. I know you'd enjoy the area, and I know that you would like my apartment, and we could go to Disneyland and have a good time. Probably you've heard of it. It's really lots of fun. So anyway, that's what I have to say about that. I can't think of anything else right now, except I want you to give your a hello to your mom for me and your dad, and tell them I'm thinking of them and send my regards. And I don't know what else to tell you. I've forgotten. I think I told you I was going to teach this summer also. I had thought about going to Cornell University this summer to take a few courses, but then I have a chance to teach down here, so I'll teach. And what the heck, I won't be poor anyway, but I won't be rich either. I won't just be sitting around not collecting any money. So at any rate, listen, send me a tape when you get a chance, and again, I thank you so much for calling me. I was just so surprised that you called, and it was very nice of you, very thoughtful of you. I don't know what to say except that I wish, Robert, that we had kind of taken advantage of our time when we were together in Germany, and I wish that we had gotten to know each other a little bit better when we were over there, and not wasted so much time thinking about things. I don't know what the future will hold for me. I don't know what the future holds at all, of course, but I'm just saying that because now we're far away. We're closer than we were when I was in Thailand, but we're still far away. And it's very hard to be far away and still try to communicate with somebody. But maybe we can. I don't know. I guess it's up to you again. Or it's up to me again. Or it's up to both of us. I don't know. I didn't understand everything that you said on your telephone conversation. I didn't know whether you were implying something else, but I don't know. I guess we'll just kind of see what happens, okay? Maybe I'm being a little bit presumptuous in this tape, but then again, I've always been very presumptuous and outspoken, so I guess I don't want to change my habits. Listen, I'm going to sign off now, and you send me a tape when you get a chance, okay? I'll see you.
I want to see how this thing picks up the voice. Do you want to talk from over there?
No, I don't want to talk, honey.
Well, what?
I just don't
Yeah.
want to talk.
What are you going to tell him? Come here. What are you going to tell the doctor when you go in there? Or will he just take a look at you and tell
That
us?
I'm falling apart. Maybe he can tell me what's wrong.
Come on over. Come on over and say something.
No, I'm going to stay right here.
Your brain isn't engaged?
Worked out. No, I'm collecting on a back rub that Aunt Mary...
Let's get Ryan over here. Maybe Ryan will say something. Come here, Ryan.
He's playing with the car. Did you notice that thing comes off? I
Yeah.
don't know why
Hey.
it comes off. You might check it. That's that.
Say something, Ryan.
Barbie doll. And
Hey.
Yeah. You know, maybe we should keep it over here so he'll...
Ryan. Hey.
Gaga.
I told
Hey, say something, Ryan.
I'll
Gaga.
go over to Barbara's now.
What do you got to say, Ryan?
I washed it all off.
Nothing? He shook his head. He's got nothing to say.
I put the other
Come on now.
Tickle him.
You're
Tickle
11
him.
months old. It's time you were shaping up.
11 months. He's practically 12 months. Is that...
Okay.
Well, no, I was thinking tomorrow.
Well,
There goes Ryan.
Well, there Ryan was talking.
Barbara, the mother of the year now, is going to say
Mother
something.
of the year.
This is my daughter, Barbara. What do you have to say?
Now, what is this contraption here? I've seen guys walking down the street holding this on their shoulder.
Well, this is
These are ghetto. This is a ghetto blaster you have, Dad.
these are cassette recorders.
No, it's a ghetto blaster.
A what?
A ghetto blaster.
What do you mean by that?
You see all the
People that
Riff
live in the
raff?
ghettos walking around.
yeah, all the people living in the ghettos walk around holding these on their shoulders.
Oh, you do? Well, I don't
Yeah.
hold that on my shoulder.
You don't?
No.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna go play Santa Claus and deliver some presents.
See if you can get Ryan to say something.
Well,
Huh? Can't you get him
Oh,
to
yeah,
say something?
Barbara.
Hey, you come on over here, Lily.
Barbara has to open these gifts.
You come on over here.
Oh,
Come on.
all right.
Come on over.
Okay, just a minute now. I gotta give this.
Hey, guess what? I just got a late Christmas present.
And this is for
I'm going
Ryan.
to take
Now,
time
this
out to
might be
open it. It's
from,
from Barbara.
So this is Siler, I want to tell you about that.
good job.
Hey, Ryan.
He does that. He'll put his hands up in
Ryan.
the air and go, "Ada."
I got this on sale,
Oh, boy.
but this is a little old for him just now. But anyway, he'll have.
What do you got there, Mom?
This is for you, Mom.
Ryan.
Oh,
Ryan.
Hey, what did you get?
I love Grandma.
we got
Huh?
a mug, coffee mug.
Coffee mug.
It says I'm Grandma.
Just Grandma's mug?
Oh, here's your grandpa's over here.
Oh, I got one that says Grandpa's mug.
I like that car.
Yeah.
And if the cars, I knew the cars.
Okay, Colleen.
Uh-huh. What do you want me to say?
We'll just consider this as kind of a belated Christmas
I see. And so what am
recording, you know, where
Uh-huh.
we're together and you're
Yes.
having an eggnog
Uh-huh.
and,
This is
and
the-
getting a little glow, not much. But
No.
eggnog,
I
but
don't have time for glows.
glowing nevertheless.
I don't have time for glows.
Yeah. Of course, you don't need an eggnog to glow because
No.
that's just your personality to glow
Right.
all the time, right?
Oh, yes. I guess
Why
you're
don't you
right.
sit down in this chair over here a little bit? Sit down there where we can get the full
Where's
effect of
Joyce?
her voice.
Where's Joyce today?
What did you do on Christmas?
What did I do on Christmas? I got up early in the morning and I went out to my sister's. She lives in.
I don't know whether that's loud enough to pick it up, but
She
it's
lives
probably
in-
plenty loud anyway.
Yes, I imagine it is.
Yeah.
She lives in Richmond Beach.
Where did you went over to your sister's?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yes, my sister's in Richmond
Oh.
Beach. Uh-huh.
Was it a bang-up affair?
Yes, uh-huh.
Yeah.
They had all the children were home except one.
Nobody intoxicated. Huh?
No. Mm-mm. No.
You just
We
had,
had
a few,
nice
few
nice
eggnogs, huh?
No, we
Huh?
didn't. No, I didn't have any
Yeah,
eggnog out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Well, how's your,
What did your mother say when you phoned
Aren't
her?
you sorry you decided to interview me? I don't have much to tell.
Huh? When you talked with your mother, do you remember what she said?
Yes, they're fine. They were in Los Angeles.
Yeah, you
uh-huh.
just said that. How's the Sarge?
Sarge is fine. They were going to be
Yeah,
there
did
for
they
a
say
few.
anything about Magic Waters?
No, they didn't say
Yeah.
anything. They
Yeah.
were there for just a few
Yeah.
days.
You should see the Magic Waters place there.
Uh-huh.
You know. Well, we were there several months before I found out why they call it Magic Waters.
Why? Because of mineral
Well,
water?
they have this big swimming pool, you see.
Yes.
And one day the manager came out with about 10 bottles of Clorox.
Uh-huh.
And he poured this Clorox in the water.
I
and that
see.
was what made it Magic Waters. Say
Oh,
the Clorox. Yeah.
I see. Uh-huh.
Honey, now you're not sure of that. They can't put that many bottles of Clorox.
I thought they had mineral water down there.
They do.
Anyway,
in their
I'd like to
pool.
go back to the place just to visit.
Hot
There's a
springs.
lot of there.
Oh, hot springs.
Uh-huh, and it's mineral.
Well,
It's
is it?
mineral water, but of course in the swimming pool,
Yeah.
you probably have to put
Right.
some disinfectant in it.
Oh, yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
I don't think that much.
Huh.
And I don't know if they go in this jacuzzi that's in
Well, I don't know whether this has picked you up or not, but
You want to play it
should
back?
we
Yeah, put it
have
back.
anything more to talk
Well,
about?
what I
the,
want to know.
Well,
Courtney,
What about
Uh,
Mike?
Wait
Mike
a minute,
is
for
fine.
us.
Did you,
Let me ask a question, please.
what's the latest from Mike?
Mike is fine. He was on the ski patrol on Christmas Day, so he couldn't work. I mean, he couldn't be home
Ski
at Christmas.
patrol.
Uh-huh, back in
He must be a pretty good skier then if he's on
Glenwood
ski
Springs.
patrol. Huh?
Glenwood Springs. He's on the ski patrol,
Oh.
so he had to work Christmas
How,
Day.
how is his wife?
She's fine.
Expecting?
No, not now.
Why not?
I don't know.
You
we'll
didn't ask
see.
him, huh?
No, I didn't say
Takes-
anything.
Yeah, time's a wasting.
I know it is. The years are going by. I'll never be a grandma.
What I was going to ask you was your brother-in-law.
You tell him that if you want to be a...
Jackie's husband is.
Oh, he's fine. Gordy is fine.
He got over all that.
Well, he gets very tired, Jackie said he'd sleep all the time if she'd let him.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, he gets awfully tired, but I think he will for a year, don't you? Off and on, after you've had surgery like that. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I
you
would
do.
think so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You tell Mike that if
Honey.
you want to wind up a great-grandparent in your day, that he's going to have to get started.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
Now.
I'm sure. Well, they know that. Yeah, but
I know that, huh?
right. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can't be spending all that time out ski patrol there,
No.
where it's real cold. He better
Right.
get someplace where he can warm up a little bit.
Right. Uh-huh. Well, they lost Forrest. She was expecting, and they lost a baby.
They
Last year.
lost one?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah. So see, they
How
have
long? How far along was it?
just a few months.
Oh, well,
So
that shows there is promise.
yes. Uh-huh. So you can't.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't. It's better. You can't.
What
you
happened
have
in
to
that
be
case?
careful
Was she
for a
out
while. I
skiing
don't
or
think you
something?
can-
No, that's
She shouldn't start it
Huh?
right away. She should wait a while, I think.
Oh, Yeah.
But now I suppose it's
Well, some they say that a miscarriage sometimes is
a blessing.
is a fortunate
right.
thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That it's just
It-
nature or God's way
Right,
to abort
uh-huh.
something that shouldn't be born anyway.
That's right. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, enough of that. We'll see how this goes now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Dawn. This is Phil. And you're probably on your way over here, but I thought I'd leave you a message anyway. Tell you how much I like you, how much I care about you, and how much I hope this next year is really a good one for you. So when you get home and you read your messages, here's a hug and a kiss from me. Goodbye. Hi, Dawn. This is Phil. I'm calling late, I guess, on this Tuesday night, and I was hoping to talk to you, but you're not there or you've got the phone turned off, because it is late. At any rate, I just wanted to tell you hi, and God, I'm missing you already. This is terrible. Well, I'll talk to you again sometime soon.
Hello.
Hey, Dawn.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
I'm sorry. I know I've probably woken you up.
That's okay.
I was just talking to your answering machine.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out why I was so wide awake when I should be tired and going to bed.
Uh-huh.
And it occurred to me that I was missing you.
Oh.
So I have Well, maybe I shouldn't tell you that. Why should I act so impulsively like this, you know?
It's wonderful.
But I decided to go with my emotions and tell you anyway.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
So how'd the rest of your day go?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Picked up Brittany and brought a little girl home with her. And they played a little bit. And I finished some of my bills. Got those done, mailed them off. Talked to Tamara a little bit about work. What else did I do? I looked at the clock a few times and decided that you might have made it by then. I remember doing that. I said, well, he should be there now. So, how was your flight?
It was uneventful. Connections went smoothly. Luggage ended up at the same location I did. That's good news there, I guess.
That's good news. Oh, I miss you.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because I certainly do miss you.
Oh.
You know, I really had, I guess, you know, I just didn't realize the bond was developing as it was, and I really got used to spending time with you every day. It was a subtle type of thing. It wasn't a stressed out type of thing. It was just a really high energy necessarily. It was just a very low-key connection that was very substantial.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sitting here missing you.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Well, I don't have a lot to say. I just wanted to call, and I knew that you don't approve of phone calls after 9.
Oh, this is wonderful. This is fun.
I'm glad.
Oh.
So I'll let you go to sleep.
Okay. We'll be in touch soon.
Yeah.
You take care.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to letter writing.
Oh, yeah. I think they'll be more potent.
Yeah. I'll know who I'm writing to.
Oh.
So, have a good night.
I will.
Sleep well.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hi, Don. This is Phil calling. It's about 4:40 over in Atlanta time. I'm about ready to hit the plane, and I thought I'd call and see how you're doing. I hope you're doing fine, and you'll get a letter from me within the next few days, I think. Take care. Bye.
Trying to do then?
I told you I want, we can iron it out, but I want everything in writing. I don't like him spending the night there. I don't think that's a good environment for him.
Well, I don't care what you like. You know what? You can't do nothing about it. And if you think you can, then go right ahead. Because you can't do jack dick about it. And if you that's really stupid. Don't fuck with my life. Just because I don't, it's not up to your expectations. It is up to...
Jim, I don't think that place even meets fire and safety codes. My God.
And it does now. It already does, and it has passed inspection.
Great. Well, that's what I want to see. I want to see full inspection. I want to see permit. I want to see that it's fully legal.
All I can say is you better contact me when you want to see all that stuff, because if you contact the city, Gino's going to get real fucking pissed off. And he was already pissed off you already called. So you better be woman enough to at least call him and talk to him about it, and he can talk to you about it. Okay? Don't fuck with the man's livelihood.
I don't even know what you are talking about.
Our kid is getting hurt. Because he says that shit to you, and he tells me that, and he tells me the exact opposite, that he can't stand being with you, that you're always at work, you never have time for him. And then he sat here right on the phone telling, you know, the last thing I need is for you to believe what he's saying to you. You know, I didn't want to be here. I just asked him right now. I said, Jimmy, is that true? He goes, no, Daddy. You know why he says that? Because he knows it plays, you know, it plays.
Okay.
And I'm pissed.
Okay, well, he's just a kid. Don't take it out on him.
I'm just totally pissed off. Me and you have to do something about this, okay?
What?
I told him.
Did you hit him?
I've never hit my son in my life.
Well, what happened? I just heard him, all of a sudden he was crying and he wasn't at the phone.
I yelled at him.
And then I heard you yelling at him after that.
Bullshit, I yelled at him. You know, and I'm pissed off, man. I'm totally pissed off. The last thing I need is for you to try to take away my son and for him to tell you that he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't understand that that might really happen, that you might really try to do that.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
I don't care what you're trying to do, so just keep it to yourself, and whatever you're trying to do, just make it legal. Okay, I don't care what you try to do. I don't want to discuss it with you. If you'd like to discuss Jimmy with me other than the courts, I'd be glad to.
And let me talk to him.
Hold on just a second. He wants to talk to me first. He's laying there. He says, let me talk to you first, Daddy.
Well, what I heard sounded like a pretty bad scene.
I don't care what you heard, Sharon. I'm his father. Okay?
Well, I want to talk to him and hear that he's okay.
He's okay. I told you he will call you when we're done talking.
Well, I want to hear, when you hung up the phone from me, I called the police, obviously.
You called the fucking police? You dumb cunt. What'd you do, send him over here?
What do you expect? I'm trying to protect my child. I hear you hang up the phone.
On you for harassment. They show up at my door, I'm calling my fucking lawyer and getting a harassment suit on you. Okay? I will, too.
Don't be ridiculous.
I will get a harassment suit on you.
I'm thinking about what's best for Jimmy.
What's best for Jimmy?
You would have done the same thing.
You better start mellowing out because you're fucking up our kid.
No, that's not the case.
Sharon, it is the case.
No, it isn't.
It is the
Not
case.
even.
It is the case.
Well, why don't you take a good look at yourself and what you're doing?
I am doing great. I'm doing better than I have in a long, long time. I've got a job. I've got everything. A bank account. I've got everything. I've got everything. All I have to do is start giving you more money. Giving you money. That's all I've got to do, and I've got that. I've got $1,200 right now. So there's nothing that there's no way you could take away my son. You sent the police over here?
Yes. Yes, I did.
What for? For yelling at my son?
Because I didn't know what was going on, and I was scared shitless. Because I've seen you in your rage, and I didn't know what was going on, and all I heard was a lot of rage coming from your voice. Jimmy crying. He wasn't at the phone.
Back, huh?
What?
Why didn't you try to call back?
Because you hung up the phone.
Oh, I hung. Did it stay hung up?
Jim. So what? I'm supposed to think about protecting you first before I do anything else?
Tell her you call her back.
Jimmy, are you okay? I want to talk to him for a second.
He'll call you back.